Hello my dear students. Today we are going to discuss all the important question answers from this chapter. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together. Now here I have included all the value points. In the examination you all are going to mold it into a paragraph and submit your answer script. You will not write in this way. Okay, these are just value points and it is for making your task easier. I have made in this manner. So let's begin. Bring out the theme of the story. Here you should write determination and hopeful mindset can destroy the hurdles. Energy, motivation, inspiration are there around us. We need to take help from these. Courage and confidence reaches us to success. Human instinct for survival works even in the most desperate situations. Team spirit and cooperation accomplishes any task. Next question is, what difference did you notice between the reaction of the adults and the children when faced with danger? In answer you should write, adults panicked with flooded ship. They thought their death was approaching. They gave up. But children boosted morale and motivated their parents. Jonathan uttered the title, that is, we are not afraid to die if we can all be together. These words uplifted the morale of the narrator and he was ready to fight the giant sea. Because of these words, the tension of the father was lessened. Sue or Suzanne drew cartoons to bring smile on parents' face. Sue was excessively injured, which required an operation, but she remained quiet. She did not complain. She made cards, showed their parents love and care, because of which they were able to fight the sea. Both the children exhibits courage and love towards their parents. Next question. What was the narrator's plan? The narrator's ambitious plan was to duplicate Captain James Cook, who was a British explorer. He wanted to repeat the sea route which Captain James Cook had taken 200 years ago. For this, he had made a boat which was sturdy, and this boat was tried and tested in roughest weather. Okay, let's move to the next question. What lesson do we learn from such hazardous experiences when we are face to face with death? Here we learn that man has infinite capacity to endure. Optimism beats all odds. This is another lesson that we learn. In crisis period, team spirit pays off. If we are together, we are stronger than we are alone. Cooperation and hopeful mindset makes everything possible. For this, we need to just calm our mind and then think about the solutions rather than focusing on the problem. We can overcome all dangers and impediments in life. Let's move ahead. Why do you think people undertake such adventurous expeditions in spite of the risks involved? The question is clear to everyone, I guess. This is value-based question. People love variety, thrill, and excitement. They hate monotonous life. They hate stereotypical life. They want to grab the opportunity. They risk their life to test physical prowess, mental and moral strength. Next question. List the steps taken by the captain to save this ship. Here the captain is the narrator of the story, okay? Not Captain James Cook, remember that. The captain stretched canvas, secured waterproof hatch covers to plug the holes from where the water was gushing inside after getting damaged by wave hit. He pumped continuously for 36 hours in order to get boat or ship water outside. He used electric pumps by managing it from somewhere because 2 electric pumps had short-circuited. How was the first part of the voyage? It was pleasant, comfortable, and till they reached Cape Town, everything was normal. But problems started after leaving Cape Town. Okay? When did the voyagers encounter their first trouble? Students, they encountered their first trouble after leaving Cape Town. After that, they started experiencing strong gales. Okay? Strong winds blew continuously for weeks. Sea waves went up about 15 meters. Gales were alarming, and weather became worse. Next question. When and what preparations did the narrator make for the journey, for the voyage? The narrator and Mary prepared 16 years ago for this particular journey. They trained themselves with seafaring skills. They constructed a sturdy wave walker boat. Not only that, they tested this boat against ordeals. This boat was taken to different places to test whether it will be able to withstand the wave hit or not. Later added 2 crewmen to tackle one of the world's roughest seas, the Southern Indian Ocean. Students, because of unexpected weather, continuous current change and internal mountains, underwater mountains, this place, Southern Indian Ocean, is not predictable. That is why voyagers face lots of problems. And he had to take help of 2 more members in order to beat this challenge. Let's move to the next question. What happened on December 25th? They found themselves 3,500 kilometers east of Cape Town. The weather changed, it became atrocious, it became worse, but they celebrated Christmas wonderfully in order to have some change in their life. What happened on January 2nd? On January 2nd, huge waves rose which raised the wave walker. The huge waves rolled towards them. Sea waves attacked them. And this not only injured the boat, but injured the narrator, Sue, as well. What was the first indication of the disaster? Wind dropped at 6 p.m. There was utter silence. A growing roar was heard from distance. An enormous cloud appeared over the ship. But this was not cloud, but this was wave which was right above their boat. Next question. When the narrator saw a huge wave, what did he do? When he saw this wave worker was near capsizing. The mast, the main pole, central pole, was almost horizontal. It means it was tilted. The narrator was already injured, but somehow he grabbed the guardrails and entered inside the boat. Now here he had to get in because his family was there inside the boat. Somehow he had to save them. More problems arose. What were the problems faced by the voyagers? Students, there are numerous problems that narrator and family members had to face, but I am mentioning few which will help you answering this question. Okay. Water that gushed inside created trouble. Hand pumps were choked with the debris which were floating inside the water. Electric pumps got short-circuited. 2 hand pumps were wrenched overboard along with the other apparatus. Water level rose threateningly. Next question. What happened with Sue or Suzanne? This is nickname of Suzanne, okay? And what did she do? Here, maybe Suzanne was hit against the wall, because of which she received a bump on her head. Eyes had become black and eyes were swollen as well. There was a deep cut on her arm, but she remained cheerful and didn't complain. She didn't want to hike parents' tension, therefore she acted as a matured person, even though she was a child, and this is commendable. When the voyagers came to know that the wave walker wouldn't hold together, what was the hope? Students, here, after the wave hit, wave walker had survived 15 hours and continuously they were plying. Because of that, it had become very fragile. They knew that they cannot continue their journey in this manner. They cannot reach to Australia with this boat. Therefore, Isle Amsterdam, which was a French scientific base, was the only hope. Isle Amsterdam was a bleak, small island. And this island is so small that when we see in the map, we will find it just as pinheads. Okay? How did the children behave when the father went in to comfort them? Here, John or Jonathan. Jonathan asked father if they are going to die. He further said if all dies together, then he is not going to be afraid at all. Sue gave a cheerful card which boosted morale of father. The narrator was boosted up by the positive attitude of the children and resolved to fight the sea with whatever things he had. How were the narrator and other voyagers received at the Isle Amsterdam? They were welcomed by 28 inhabitants of the island. Inhabitants cheered them. They were happy to help somebody who were in deep necessity of their help. What were the thoughts and feelings of the narrator when they reached the island? They were full of thoughts. The narrator was full of thoughts of Larry and Herbie. Lovingly he says Herbie, actually his name is Herb, okay? Cheerfully and optimistically. Mary, who helped wholeheartedly, and even though he was tired, she remained on wheel without complaint. That was most appreciable. Brave children didn't fear when faced the direst stress. They faced it very confidently. So because of children, parent, especially father, was able to gain energy and save entire family along with crew members. Why did the narrator consider Isle Amsterdam the most beautiful island? Here, when we see it physically, it was not beautiful, as it mentions that it is just a piece of volcanic rock, okay, bleak, black, or not attractive piece of island. But how it became beautiful for the narrator, let's find out. The island stood as a reality of his dreams. It was a piece of bleak volcanic rock, but it was a ray of hope for survival. This saved narrator and saved him from accepting failure. That is why the island had become beautiful for him. How does this story suggest that optimism helps to endure the direst stress? Here the message is that hope beats every crisis. Optimistic attitude helps endure the direst situation. Didn't lose hope in life-threatening dangers. Here we find narrator didn't lose hope in life-threatening danger, and this is what we should learn. Ups and downs are part of life, and they should be accepted by everyone, and we should not get depressed when we lose everything, and we should not be extremely elated when we get everything. We should be able to make a balance in life when we have everything and when we lose everything. Okay, let's move ahead. Optimism pays off. Person who are optimistic in nature are going to get something in their life. Children face the danger manfully. Here, children's contribution is much, because it is John and Susan's contribution which saved the life of entire crew members and their parents as well. Students, this much for today. I hope chapter and question answers are clear to you all. I wish all the best to everyone. Thank you.